Good evening, everyone. This is my great grocery store escape. I have here my Amazon Fresh cart, and what I'm going to do is kind of break down each product individually. And unfortunately, I couldn't get Amazon to kind of have it organized, by meal or by protein, by vegetable, by category, the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to try to make this as smooth as possible. But basically, to get started off, we can easily look at this section right here. That outlines our protein sources, our meats, you can say. So to start off over here, we have boneless, skinless chicken breast. This is one of my staples. It's so versatile. It's a lean, clean protein. It's low in fats, low in carbohydrates, no sugar, of course, and it's a really good lean protein source. You could grill it. You can throw it in the oven with some other vegetables, such as the zucchini over here or some asparagus. With some basic salt and pepper, and that can be pretty much used in any meal. Um, Next up, we have salmon over here. And why I put salmon in there is because to be cautious of some of my elderly users, maybe of this Amazon cart. And what salmon does is actually it lowers the risk of heart disease because of its high concentration of omega-3 fatty acids. That makes it very healthy. It's got those fatty acids that are healthier than obviously trans fats and saturated fats, and it greatly reduces the risk of heart disease long term. Next up over here we have Foster Farms 93.7 ground turkey, and what this number basically represents is the meat to fat ratio. Now 93% meat and 7% fat is very lean. I'm surprised that it's only $3.99. Shout out to Amazon because this would normally be more expensive. A step beyond that would be 99 to 1. Now, it's going to be fairly dry because it has no fat when you're cooking it, but 93.7 is a good staple. A normal serving for this type of meat would be 4 ounces. Um, that's what you would go by. It's a good, healthy portion, and it does keep you full for a while, I've noticed with turkey. Let's get this out of the way. Now, next up, let's move over to breakfast piece by piece. I have over here organic egg whites. It's a really good substitute to whole eggs sometimes because the yolk actually does have a fair amount of cholesterol in it. Now, the egg whites, of course, if you were to check the ingredients list, the only ingredient is eggs, which is really nice. There's no added chemicals or anything in there, it's just eggs. So I think that's a really good substitute. Now, jumping around a bit, we can go to the spinach right over here. There you go. Now, the good thing with spinach is that it's very voluminous. Now, you could put a bunch of it in a pan, feel like you're eating a big portion when you're really not because it does shrink down. And of course, it's loaded with vitamins, minerals, and it's really healthy. Now, I also have on here cottage cheese. Now, the reason why I chose this one is because I'm really enjoying this individual design because with cottage cheese, you can get out of hand with your portion sizes. Now, that is going to help you keep your portions in check. I think that's what I really like about this product is that they have the portions out for you. So if you want to go with, some eggs, some spinach, and, a small little um, on the go pack, they call it for the cottage cheese, you'll be golden. Now it does have a little bit of sugar in there, but that is because it is a dairy source, and that's just the lactose speaking. Low on fats, only 70 calories from what I saw, and that so you got your eggs, you got your cottage cheese, and your spinach is going to be a solid breakfast. Now, moving on to the carb sources, because we keep saying low on carbs, it's giving it a bad connotation. But over here, I have my carb balanced tortillas. Now, this is really good for weight control. It is low carb. A lot of people use it for the keto diet. As you can see, it has a fair amount of fiber. And this is actually something I used to use a lot when I was an athlete. When I was dropping weight, I would have this and I would throw in some of this turkey right here and I would make some really yummy tacos. Now, of course, the turkey is going to be a healthy substitute to the meat sources that you have that might be higher in fats. And this is, of course, healthier than your white breads, than your regular tortillas. It's low in calories. From what I remember, it was only 70 or 90 calories, and it is very high in fiber, which does mean you subtract the total amount of carbs from the fiber, giving you net carbs. Now, net carbs are a usable, digestible carbs from your body that, count, quote unquote, as carbohydrates. So this is one of my favorites right here. And then as far as my second carb source, I have here whole wheat bread. Now, whole wheat bread is higher in fiber and protein than regular white bread. So it does mean that it's going to stabilize the blood sugar, and it is a complex source of carbohydrates instead of just white bread, which is not as healthy, so to say. So wheat bread, of course, you can pair that up with your eggs and your spinach as always. And then over here we have almond milk. So while on the subject of cottage cheese and all that. I have to have coffee at least 2 times a day. It's just I enjoy it. I like the taste. I'm a coffee person. I have almond milk that's unsweetened and slightly vanilla flavored. They do tend to be a little bit bitter, even though it is vanilla flavored. But this is much better additive to coffee than creamer. Hazelnut creamer and coffee mates or all of these richly fatted and sugary coffee creamers. This is a really good substitute. So if you're a coffee drinker, that's a plus. Other honorable mentions, of course, we have zucchini squash that you can throw in, with your chicken, with your salmon, with your turkey or anything, and Brussels sprouts, which is known to help diabetics with their insulin production, and it is a very healthy vegetable. It's loaded with vitamins and minerals. And you can always pair that up with your asparagus or any other protein. As you can see, I've made it very diverse. So, of course, you have your egg whites and your, almond milk that you wouldn't have with dinner, maybe. But I've designed this so that you could pretty much change any protein with any carb source or any vegetable for that matter and have a heart healthy meal. Thank you so much for paying attention to my great story, grocery store escape today. Hope to see you next time.